That was close. Too close. We brought that trouble on ourselves.
By we, you mean me.
It wasn't me who went and shot him.
Seemed like he deserved shooting.
I'm sure he did. But I've been thinking, ain't it about time you stop being the man making them decisions?
I'm trying.
Are you?
I think so.
Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2, where...
He was right. Maybe we should have just gone to Tahiti.
Is that it with you? Tahiti or killing? Come on,
Yeah,
John, please.
yeah, Tahiti or killing wasn't a good plan. So yeah, welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2, where Arthur Morgan is dead. And it looks as though the story has shifted over to John Marston.
Find in Strawberry. What do you know about Strawberry?
I know they like good, honest, hard-working men a whole lot more than angry killers. So make yourself good and honest.
I'm always honest. Maybe not always good, but I'm always honest.
My whole life I've been
I suppose we can always go back and collect that money. It's still inside the chest. We don't need a key, really.
Hero in a book.
What do you know about heroes and books?
My reading's getting pretty good.
We'll read different books then.
The books is Jack's. And, well, maybe he's doing most of the reading, but still.
You're a bad influence on your mother, boy. Boy.
Sorry, sir. What was that?
I said
Ah,
you're
Jack
a
has
bad
gotten a
influence
little bit older,
on your
too.
mother. With your books.
But yeah, eventually...
What was that?
I don't know exactly which town they eventually end up in.
And the men from the moon, or whatever it was.
I'll do my best to find better reading.
Yeah, the boy Calloway is a myth.
Western tales.
Although that's kind of odd, interesting. Like out of all the people to be reading Western tales,
Tales of the Wild West.
it's like this crew. Like they know the reality of the situation.
You know, of the round table.
The king. What's his name?
There's
Arthur.
King Arthur, and there's Sir Lancelot, and the Lady Guinevere, and a whole lot of others.
Those names.
I kind of like them.
You know what? So do I.
But yeah, it's interesting that this story has created this scenario that allows it to shift main characters like right at the end of the game. It makes sense continuity-wise, and the fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 is more or less supposed to lead into Red Dead Redemption 1. But I was not expecting it to lead in this much.
I got a good feeling about this place. Been a
Also,
long time.
Arthur's already been to Strawberry, I believe. Shot up the whole town with Micah. Back when they were working together. Or should I say, at the very least, tolerating each other.
Why don't you pull up just here?
I
Alright.
want to go see what kind of good, honest work I can find. Grave digging or polishing some rich fella's boots or some such.
Me too. See if me and the boy can find some laundry work or something.
Greetings and salutations, folks. I'm looking for some good, honest work. Ooh, help wanted.
Help you, son?
I'm hoping I can help you. I saw the help wanted sign outside.
Sure, but you're a bit old to be stacking groceries and running errands, ain't you, son?
Well, I ain't too proud to do nothing. As long as it's honest and it pays.
Time's hard, Mr.
Milton. Jim Milton. Yeah, my wife and I and our boy, we was robbed a few days ago. Lucky to get out with our lives we was. Now, well, we need money.
There's bad folk out there.
Tell me
What
about
is up
it.
with these other grocers here?
Sure.
Well, then maybe you could run some goods up to Pronghorn Ranch for me. You know, head west past Owanjila, then follow the road north, leads you right there.
I don't know where that is, but I'm sure I can find it. I can leave right now if you'd like.
It's Getty's place. Fine fella. Where's the wagon?
It's just outside. You know, I should go tell my wife, and then I can come back and get loaded.
No, my boys can load you up while you go find your wife.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting. The trustworthiness that you'd be like, That you're not just gonna ride off with the goods that are being loaded. Like you've just met this person. Though that reminds me of a twist on an older saying. The twist going, she reminds me of the village bicycle. She reminds me of a time when people still trusted each other. And the idea, like, that John's approach is trustworthy enough. That,
Thank you, Doctor. Hey, how you getting on?
Well, found some work.
Me too.
Delivering goods out to some ranch.
Cleaning a doctor's surgery.
Fine living.
It is, John. Oh, it is. This is the way to it.
I'll take your word on that. What do you suggest now?
I'll stay here. Get on with the work. You deliver them goods and then collect me.
Okay.
And John,
take Jack?
I love you. Don't you forget that. Not ever now.
Although this kind of also mirrors Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead Redemption. Redemption's storyline, in which after John's killing had ended, after Dutch threw himself off the cliff, it returns to him attempting to live a normal life.
Load her up pretty good, Milton.
Good.
Now you ride slow now. Yetis don't want his goods damaged.
Of course.
Do I actually have to worry about the quality of these goods? Am I going to have to worry about being robbed on my way to this place?
West past Owen Gila, then follow the road north. Okay.
Sounds easy enough. I mean, I'm a complete moron in regards to following directions, but as long as there is a waypoint to follow, a GPS going on, I should be able to handle it. But if there's nobody to be talking to, I might skip a little bit ahead in regards. Or should I just talk about Red Dead Redemption 2? Okay, I suppose we might as well talk about the main story arc of Red Dead Redemption 2. Where you consider Arthur's storyline, his saving of John Marston. Does this present a situation in which Arthur cannot redeem himself? He cannot redeem himself for his past mistakes. So he seeks to redeem himself not by his own actions, but for allowing Jack, John, and Abigail a chance to have their own starts, and by their family getting out of Dutch's group. Does he consider that an act of redemption itself? Though, I guess they've been traveling for a couple of years now. But eventually, John does settle down. He does end up trying to do the ranch thing, even though he's not particularly good at it. And I believe that's actually how Red Dead Redemption 1 starts, is him attempting to do the ranch stuff. And it's one of the neighboring ranch owners that ends up helping him out. You get getting him a lasso, or teaching him how to lasso his animals. Although, I wonder exactly how much of a good citizen I really need to be in regards to this particular section. Like, if I started riding faster, would it really damage the goods? It's kind of like, I haven't finished the game, but one game I've played was Postal. I played a little bit of Postal 2, which is a very odd game.
Owen Gila. We go past it and north.
In that, like, the game gives you, like, a few objectives. It's, your wife's all like, hey, need you to pick up some milk, deposit the check to the bank, get an autograph from, I forget his name right now. The what you talking about Willis guy. And like you can go to the bank to deposit the check, and there's a line at the bank. And you can wait in line if you want. Or you can go postal. You can wait in line to get the signature. Or you can go postal. That's basically the theme of Postal 2. Is you could attempt to obey society or go nuts. But if you don't go nuts, usually something goes nuts anyway. And you end up drawn into a firefight one way or another, because it is still a video game. But it's one rare occasion where a game is like, hey, why not do it the legal way? Like, most games just kind of like punish you for breaking the law. Although I would say, like, the Mafia series kind of stands out. Mafia 1 especially, since you have to drive the speed limit. And okay, I'll give myself a little bit of speed. Oh. Because I played the PlayStation 2 version of Mafia 1 back in the day, which is terrible. If there's anything that you do in life, don't play the PlayStation 2 version of Mafia 1. There's so many things wrong with it. Most notably the fact that they took the map of Mafia and divided it into 3 sections, with a loading time in between each section. So let's say you want to go to a mission outside of the city. That means you might have to cross over 2 loading times to get to the west part of town, get the mission, go over 2 more loading times to get to the east part of town, and then another loading time to get out of the city, plus loading times to get into the cinematic and out of the cinematic. And this doesn't even mention the fact that in the console version of Mafia, your speed limit is at like 40 miles an hour, whereas in the PC version of Mafia, your speed limit is set at 60. So, and I feel like that decision is made so that is due to the hardware, or at the very least, the limitations that the developer. Maybe they couldn't figure out the hardware. Maybe they didn't want people racing from loading screen to loading screen too quickly. But it definitely kneecaps the experience. And driving this wagon feels like that kind of thing. It feels like it's like I'm forcing myself to be honest. And you can almost say that in the same fashion as John is forcing himself to be honest in this situation. Like, I could go racing along the wagon, barely holding on to the dirt as it's rounding another corner. But, like, the pressure, like, just going so slowly, maintaining this artificial speed limit. I feel that almost makes me feel in the same fashion as John feels. Like this, I guess this is. Have you ever watched a movie where everything goes really, really fast? Like everybody's driving really, really fast, and then you get into your car and you're driving home, and you're driving home at the speed limit, and you're like, wow. This feels so slow.
No, sir. I'm Mr. Dickens, his overseer.
Jim Milton. I'm delivering some supplies from the store in Strawberry.
Okay.
This is quite a place.
Yes, it's beautiful.
You send everything?
Yeah, I think so.
So, partner, your boss, he looking for hands?
Why? You looking for work?
Yeah. My wife, we was in business with her family and turned sour. It's a long story.
Yeah, I don't know. Married hands. It's a lot of trouble.
I'm a good worker. My wife, Agatha, even our boy, Lancelot. We'll all...
Lancelot?
Big man around, boy?
Get the hell out of here.
No. That ain't
Are we
good.
getting dragged into combat?
Threatening us is neighborly?
Hey, mind if I enjoy one of these apples?
Put that down.
Delicious. When's boss man gonna sell this place, boy?
I don't think there's any plans for that.
You boys want a drink? It's some fine Scotch whiskey.
Put that down.
Put that down. These supplies for the season.
Get off the farm.
Come on. We know when we're not wanted.
Get down from there.
Ah, great.
You come back here!
You can use that horse. Go easy on him. We can't have trouble here.
Alright, so don't kill him.
That's my damn wagon!
Excuse me, sir. Oh, that was an interesting, that was an interesting, move. The animation catching up with everybody's positioning. But I suppose I didn't kill anybody, so, that's a plus. Still can stay honest a little bit.
Hey,
Thank you. Milton, isn't it? Those boys are out of Laramie, work for Mr. Abel. Thank you.
don't mention it. Listen,
Isn't John Milton
ain't
an
looking for
author's
no
name?
charity or nothing, but
I mean, I
I'm
haven't read
serious.
any of his
You got
works,
work?
but
we'll work. I can do anything. We got robbed ourselves a few days back.
We ain't got married hands here. You're married.
Work harder than any one of them. I'm real honest, and my wife, even though she's got fancy thoughts, she'll work.
Seem kind of desperate. What trouble
we
you in?
kind of are.
No trouble, sir. Aside from her brother, he tricked us and robbed her of her inheritance. We're good people. We'll work. Even Lancelot.
What does Mr. Geddes need with a boy? Just another mouth to feed.
Just, please give us a chance. I can handle myself okay, you know that already.
Yeah, makes me wonder just who would have robbed you. But we'll give you a chance. I'll let Mr. Geddes know when him and his wife return tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Dickens. I'll go get my wife.
Nah, no, you stay here. It's getting late. We'll go get her in Strawberry. We'll bring her here tomorrow. We need you around in case any more of them Laramie boys turns up. There's a
Also, it's too
little
bad I
cabin
never
out
bothered
yonder
to
past
tell
the ranch house. Things
tell
work out, y'all
Abigail
can stay there.
the
You'll not
plan.
regret this.
Yep. Go get yourself settled. We'll have work for you tomorrow when Mr. Geddes returns.
Or their fake names. That would have probably been convenient. Ah. But the honest work has gotten me some honest digs. All right. Well, looks like everything's gonna be a little bit on the slower side from now on, though. I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Got some more Red Dead Redemption 2 coming up next week. Otherwise, we got Assassin's Creed Wednesday and Thursday. Quantum of Solace for the PlayStation 2 Friday. Under Killing Moon Saturday and Sunday. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourselves a good night.